This is again, this is game two of regional play, a game between a couple of teams that were very competitive and highly contested during the regular season. A couple of very close games. Again, this is Aaron Surratt. I'll be joined in just a few minutes here by Dave Unger, and we'll bring you the call on tonight's game between the Crusaders and the Trailblazers. First, want to mention that this pregame is sponsored by Holy Cross School, providing quality Catholic education in Champaign since 1912. We are Holy Cross. In addition to Holy Cross, we have some other folks that we want to thank, at least quickly and publicly, before we get on to some other things. We also want to thank the High School of St. Thomas More, Illini Recycling, CU Dentists, Neves Property Group Management, Black Diamond Maintenance, Sharp Family Farms, Wild Botanicals, the Scott Bechtel Group at Keller Williams Realty, the Real Estate Center of Illinois, Stegman Law, Aaron Hartnett, the Champaign Gymnastics Academy, and the Holy Cross 8th grade basketball parents. Again, tonight is a matchup that we kind of first saw coming based on the seeds coming into Saturday's games. I stuck around and watched games 2, 3, and 4, and they kind of all played out the way that game 1 played out. Favored seeds won by pretty considerable margins for the most part. Although I will say that Garden Hills did give Decatur Unity at least a better first half than maybe some would have expected based on regular season results. But Decatur Unity won that game. Findlay-Okaw Valley came out on top against University High School in Urbana. So today we've got, again, game 1 is going to be Holy Cross versus Next Generation. Game 2 is going to be Decatur Unity Christian Schools against Findlay-Okaw Valley. And so I know I'm going to stick around and watch game 2. I think there's a good chance a good number of your Crusaders will be around as well. But before we really kind of break down maybe Saturday's game a little bit and break down what we think might happen in game 1 tonight, we do want to take some time and thank some of those sponsors who are making tonight's broadcast possible.
Holy Cross School in Champaign, Illinois is proud to sponsor this broadcast of Holy Cross Athletics. Holy Cross School is a faith-centered community fostering lives of service, integrity, and lifelong learning. Holy Cross has a legacy of faith and education to nurture today's learners for tomorrow's challenges. Holy Cross features a kindergarten readiness program for students as young as 3 through middle school and an aftercare program. Holy Cross is more than just a school, it's a community of believers supporting each child as they navigate life. We are Holy Cross. When the Crusaders miss a shot, they rely on a team effort to clean up the glass. Every week, you count on a team to haul your garbage away. The reliable, family-owned choice is Illini Recycling. As longtime supporters of Holy Cross, the Illini Recycling team is ready to serve your family's garbage and recycling hauling needs. If you're not already a customer in Champaign, Savoy, or, as of January 1st, Mahomet, go to their website, illinirecycling.com, to sign up. Go Crusaders!
We got just everything you need. We're here to take the lead. It's not like anything you've seen. Yeah, you best believe. We are the answers to your dreams. We only guarantee. We got just everything you need. We're here to take the lead. You ain't seen nothing like this. You ain't seen nothing like this.
Bought a rental property. Seemed like a good idea at the time. Late night calls, rent collections, paperwork, all of it. Not what you thought. Neves Group Property Management wants to take away your stress. We specialize in residential property management in Champaign, Urbana, on and off campus, Rantoul, Mahomet, and surrounding communities. Visit our website at nevesgroup.com or give us a call at 217-377-8850. Let the professionals take over and take care of it all. People talk about their car being totaled. What about the driver? Are they totaled too? Nobody handles personal injury cases like Stegman Law, and they're not going to let the insurance company total you out. Stegman Law in Savoy, Illinois. How long has it been since your last dental checkup? Is your snoring keeping your partner awake at night? Book an appointment with CU Dentist to take care of those pearly whites or to discuss options to get that snoring under control. CU dentists utilize state of the art technology and cutting edge techniques. Their office on Springfield Avenue in Champaign is perfect for that midday cleaning for little crusaders. CU dentists are longtime fans and supporters of Holy Cross School. Go Crusaders!
Either coach, great
Let's try
example.
that one more time because I forgot to turn it on. So, welcome back to Holy Cross School. I'm going to get the hang of this turn up the volume thing, I promise, folks. So just give us a little bit more grace and we'll get to it. So we're back for semifinal play between Holy Cross and Next Generation. I'm joined again by Dave Unger. Dave, thanks again for being here. Coming on out tonight. We'll try this one more time. Take two.
Yeah, absolutely. Really enjoy being here, especially for a matchup with Next Generation. We have a close bond with a lot of the Catholic schools in town, and when we play them, it's like playing family. Going with your siblings, your cousins. Next Gen is a neighbor, and so when we play them, there's a different kind of um, attitude with our teams playing, and in a positive way. It's just another community school that's really close to us. The kids know each other from other sports as well. It's fun to see them kind of wave at each other from, club teams or other sports that they're a part of. So really great to get together with Next Gen, especially this year when both teams are doing well in basketball.
Absolutely. I think that's 100% right. And I missed a little bit of what you said with the side conversation here, Dave. But what we've also got is a matchup between not only two good coaches who are good at teaching the game. You covered that?
No, no.
Okay. Two coaches who are good at teaching the game, winning with grace, losing with grace, winning with compassion, losing with compassion. Um, so it's just a nice. They're an equivalent school to Holy Cross, and kind
Absolutely.
of like you were saying, it kind of goes in waves. Some years Holy Cross has the better of it. Some years Next Generation has the better of it. But it's a one of those good positive rivalries, as opposed to some of the rivalries that can get a little bit heated. This is one there's a lot of mutual respect.
Yes, and you had briefly mentioned KG, the coach for Next Gen for many years. We've all cycled through him, and as you play fellow coaches from other schools, that's what helps build the respect. So certainly have a lot of respect for him as another coach who's put in a lot of time with one school. Clearly, it means you're not just kind of going there with your kids, but you have a lot of love for that school, for the sport, and they're really a team year after year that emulates their coach. He can be very fiery and very passionate, has a lot of love for his kids, and they give that kind of energy and effort. I don't think I've ever seen a sluggish Trailblazers team. They play really hard underneath. They play up and down as quickly as their speed and athleticism allow, but they come with fire, and so it always makes for a really fun, energetic environment. It helps lift your own team to challenge them to try to match what Next Gen is giving.
Absolutely. Again, can't say enough good things about Next Generation, their basketball program, and their coach KG. One of the other things you mentioned, Dave, is that a lot of these kids know each other from various places. And I was going through the roster last night and realized that uh, David knows a couple of these kids from soccer. Matthew Moran, I think I saw his dad the other day, and he's out with an injured foot tonight. But Karai Hartman has played soccer with David. I was talking with Coach Stonecipher off air the other day, and he mentioned that Burke Hartman was played travel ball with Colton before. So, like you said, these are teams that know each other, not just from playing basketball on the court against each other, but they know each other outside. The other thing that I wanted to just again bring up, we mentioned that these two teams are familiar with each other. If we look at the results from earlier in the season, Holy Cross in the first matchup of the season uh, beat Next Gen. It was a 35-27 score, but it was closer than that. It was a nail biter the whole way through, a back and forth game. Full disclosure, during that game, Colton Stonecipher was out with a pretty bad flu that kept him out actually for a handful of days. Then they played again after Thanksgiving break. It was the first day back, really back from break. I think for both teams, there was supposed to be a conference tournament. Maybe it wasn't Thanksgiving break. But there was supposed to be a conference tournament, and that was the first big snowstorm that we had this season. So apparently, Next Gen Holy Cross means snow. But that second game was over at Next Generation. It was a 23-22 victory for Holy Cross. And again, in full disclosure, Charlie Young missed that game with the injury as part of the 3 games that he missed. So both times these squads have faced off, Holy Cross hasn't been quite at full strength and been able to come out victorious. So, to me that gives at least a little bit of an edge to Holy Cross from a confidence perspective that they feel like they can handle this team. But one of the hardest things to do in sports is beat a good team 3 times in one season.
Yeah, and Shane Stonecipher mentioned in the post game last game, that Holy Cross also has the target on their backs. Like, what greater satisfaction, regardless of how far you think your team is going to go, what greater victory than to take down number 1? And so, yes, it certainly seems that Holy Cross will be, favored in this, and with the 2 victories prior, and also having a full squad tonight. You mentioned the Trailblazers have at least 1 injury and a player that they won't see tonight, but yeah, certainly that underdog edge and that spirit to want to come out and take down the number 1 school, a returning runner-up from last year's state series. That's all the motivation you need, and especially too, going back to the idea that this is a conference conference opponent, not only a regional opponent, but they see each other all the time. So yeah, Trailblazers would like nothing more than to pull the upset. Firmly confident that Holy Cross has their eye squarely focused and is going to take care of business, but certainly anything can happen in a single game.
Absolutely. And so with that, what we're going to do, we're going to take a little break again, thank again some of those sponsors for making today possible. As you can see, both teams have taken the court, so we'll thank our sponsors. We'll come back and we'll break this down a little bit further before we get started here in just about 15 minutes.
If you need to update the flooring in your house, need to fix or replace that drafty window, or just want a new look for your front door, give Aaron Hartnett a call. Aaron has years of experience in the construction business and would be happy to fix whatever's broken. Just like the Crusader press can turn an errant pass into a basket, Aaron can help you turn your frustration into fixed. Call Aaron today at 217 819 1542. The Sharp family and Sharp Family Farms want to wish the best of luck to the 8th grade team on their postseason run. The Sharp family have been farming in East Central Illinois for 5 generations and grow corn and soybeans. The Sharps are avid supporters of Holy Cross School. If you have farmland you're looking to lease, contact Adam and he'll be happy to chat with you. Go Crusaders! Have you been hurt? Are your medical bills skyrocketing? Nobody handles personal injury cases like Stegman Law. They'll get you the compensation you deserve. Stegman Law in Savoy, Illinois. If you're looking to buy or sell a home in Champaign County, you need to come first. At the Scott Bechtel Group, they believe that if you're not left with an amazing experience, they haven't done their job. They don't measure success through achievements or awards, but through the satisfaction of their clients. For all of your real estate needs, call the Scott Bechtel Group at Keller Williams Realty, the real estate center of Illinois. 217 239 7202. We all have it, that list of things you want done around the house. Finding someone to do it is overwhelming, and you just don't want to be ripped off. Black Diamond Maintenance is your go to honeydew list guy. Want that big mirror hung up? Bathroom refresh? Want a new coat of paint in the living room? We are your guy. The list of what we can do is endless. Champaign, Urbana, Rantoul, Mahomet, and surrounding communities. Give us a call for your free estimate. 217 377 8850. Let our guys be your guy. It takes a lot to be a coach. It takes even more to be a great coach. You plan practice, go to the games, worry about playing time, and skill development. The Holy Cross 8th graders have been blessed with great coaches and great coaching. The parents would like to sincerely thank the Holy Cross 8th grade boys basketball coaches for their time, leadership, and dedication to these young men.
All right, welcome back to the Holy Cross pregame show. Holy Cross School, providing quality Catholic education in Champaign since 1912. We are Holy Cross. We just crossed under 12 minutes to play, or 12 minutes before we'll go to play. But again, we'll have the national anthem. We'll have the starting lineups before these games. Let's just review real quick. We talked to the fact that both of these teams won their games on Saturday. But if we look specifically at the results, Holy Cross defeated D-Land Weldon 46-4 in their first game. A little bit smaller margin than the game they played earlier in the season, but Coach Stone Cipher, as we talked about, took that opportunity to get his rotational players in and get them some good minutes before getting further into postseason play, because you don't know for sure what that's going to look like. I don't think I wrote down the next gen score, but they won. They jumped out early on top. They were up by about 20 points or so after the first quarter, and then they really pulled things back and didn't really want to show too much. Although, again, as we talked about, these are two squads that are very familiar with each other, so it's not there's no surprises today when you've played each other 7, 8 times over the past 4 years. I don't think I did hear, and I won't give any spoilers in case there are any next-gen people listening, I did hear there was a new wrinkle in a defensive alignment maybe for tonight for Holy Cross, but by and large, you know what both of these opponents are going to do, so it's no surprise.
Yeah, even you may be able to speak to this too, Aaron, like even as a coach, like in a single game, you hear the opponent call out a play, you watch it happen, you make a mental note, and then during halftime or even in preparation for your next matchup, you say, by the way, when you hear Dragon, when you hear Illini or Bruin, like this is what it means. So just if your team is mentally prepared enough to be aware for that, you can coach to your opponent's strengths and their plays. And even if not, in the moment, you can call out, to watch baseline, to close out on a potential three-point play. So, yeah, with these two teams, certainly the two coaches have seen each other. They know what kind of defensive schemes they're going to run into, what the other team's offense is going to provide. And so then usually in these kind of matchups, it just comes down to execution. Can the Holy Cross just be its best and execute what they need to do? Can the Trailblazers execute what they need to do? And on their end, it's going to have to be closer to perfection to go up and beat a number one team. But, yeah, with that familiarity, it's just going to – it will be primarily about how well they play their own game with the knowledge that the other team knows what's coming, but can they do it better than the other team can respond?
100%. I think that's, if you kind of pick keys to the game, I think that's one of the biggest ones. I think the other X factor, particularly in these junior high games, it just comes down to shooting. And if your best shot makers aren't making shots on a given night, one of two things has to happen. Either they've got to find a way to make some shots or create some points, or somebody else has to step up and score some points, maybe from some unexpected places, or people take bigger roles. But on the other hand, if you're next gen and you feel like we're underdogs maybe by a little bit, but you get somebody who gets hot, hits 2 or 3 threes from the outside, talk about an 8-point difference in game 1, a 1-point difference in game 2. One hot shooter can completely change the feeling and the outcome of the game.
That that is certainly one of the fun aspects too about coaching is when all right, you'd love for everything to go perfectly. You'd love for your best players to be the best players in that game, but nobody's a 100% shooter. People are going to have off nights. So then the fun part is finding those solutions, finding who is the player that's going to do something uncommon. They've had it in them. Maybe the conditions need to be right. They don't give it to you every week or every night. But in a situation where we need a couple more points, we need a push back against the other team when things aren't going quite right for us, who is going to be that player that's usually fourth, fifth, sixth, or coming off the bench? Who is the depth that's going to fill those holes? That's something that'll be fun to watch for tonight as well. As next gen tries to find answers against Holy Cross, or who's a Holy Cross role player who's going to have a good night for their team to really solidify the victory.
And I think that's a really important point. And if we kind of think back to the first two matchups, and I'll be honest, I wasn't really trying to commit to memory to recall now when I was watching those two games. But in the first matchup that was here at Holy Cross in the earlier part of the season, it was Braden Ritter. Colton was out, and those two. I'm going to presume most people watching the broadcast tonight know that Braden and Colton are cousins, and they seem to have this almost twin-like telepathic connection sometimes on the court. And so the first night when Colton was out, Braden had his best scoring output of the season. He hit 4 threes that night and had 13 points overall. And so it was kind of one of those moments where, maybe Braden is doing the step up and playing the role of Shane or of Colton tonight. In game two. Again, that was the first game after kind of a prolonged break with that big snowstorm and a conference tournament getting canceled. It was the first game for Holy Cross where they had played without Charlie, at least for a full game. So the dynamics were just a little bit different, and things just seemed a little bit out of sorts. And they were down at halftime. I don't remember by exactly how many points. It wasn't too many because neither team scored a ton of points in that game, but they were down coming into the third quarter, and they needed to find some points. Things just weren't flowing well, and so what Coach Stonecipher did in that game, I don't know if he'll do it tonight if things go that same way, but he put David Surratt into the lineup and had him do a little bit more of the playmaking, which freed Colton up to be a little bit more of a shooter. And Colton, I think, had 2 threes and maybe a couple of layups in the third quarter, which completely changed the tone of that game. Colton scored it again. I want to say it's about 8, maybe 10 points in the third quarter by himself, and flipped the script on that game. So again, a role player coming in, doing something a little bit different, free up your best shooter to shoot. Sometimes that's what it is.
Yeah, and you mentioned. I'm thinking back. I saw that first game when Colton was out, and you mentioned David and Braden both stepping into alternating that player in that number 1 spot. David taking primary responsibility there, with Braden having to work more as a 2 in that game to be more of a scorer. And just seeing that depth was really encouraging. And as you mentioned, Braden gives them that. He gives them stability to fill roles that are needed. And maybe you mentioned a family connection. I'll do a shout out here to his older brother, who I just saw walk on the stage. Austin Ritter, he played for us on that 2022 regional championship team. And he was our bulldog. He filled somewhat of a similar role to Braden, where except that Austin being a bit bigger, he played a little bit more post wing and post for us on the inside. But he was that energy. Talked a little bit earlier about who's going to come off and help us. And I remember in that regional run for us, he was one that we could potentially start. He was first off the bench, but he was the one that came in and gave us rebounds when we really needed someone to help fire up our team and be more physical, especially underneath, and be able to play both inside and out. He was that for us. His younger brother Braden, I'd say a bit faster, more of an outside shooting threat as well. But you need that person who's going to bolster your number 1 players so that when they're in the tank a little bit or struggling, you've got someone to rely on. And those Ritter brothers, from years back and even today are the ones that have helped Holy Cross do that time and time again.
And absolutely, I think Braden is, he's a spark plug, right? And I think that's a good way to think about him and his role on this team is he does give that energy, he pushes people. Um, when you think about post players, though, I think it's Jax Gibas. And Jax is excitable, which most of the time is a positive. Um, but we've seen much less this year. But Jax can get a little bit too excitable at times, and so that's something that he's got to keep track of. Tonight for him is I think a tougher matchup because Next Gen comes in with Burke Hartman, who is taller than Jax. Um, I don't know that he's any faster than Jax, but that height and that length is difficult. And then they've got another post player, Jack Sandone, who's also tough. Sandone's maybe a little bit broader than Jax is. I'm not going to say that he's stronger, but it's a different two different players who present different challenges in different ways for Jax. So him staying in that positive mindset and being the positive energy for those post players is good because again Charlie brings something that you can't teach with that height and Michael Hartnett is an excellent post player as well and maybe the offense even actually flows a little bit better with him in there than Charlie but think specifically about Hartman that Jackson has to be the mobile one who's going to get a lot of those uh, assignments to box out get rebounds um, and make Burke's life difficult.
You and I talked about weeks ago when Colton was out for a while. And what does that mean to the team when Colton's out? And then Charlie was out for a while. And what does that mean? And we were just kind of spitballing like, who is really crucial to this team's success? Obviously, those two. But we also, and we're talking about Jax because you need that player to be down low and get the rebounds, but also be a bit more athletic and a bit more physical against a comparable player on the other team. And so he gives a unique set of skills that those other guys and certainly other players on the team don't. So when he has that focus, he gives Holy Cross that ingredient, that fire. And I would say we even saw a little bit in game one. There was a scoring drought that Holy Cross had in the third quarter. Jack started cleaning up the garbage underneath, and he got 6 quick points there.
And then, I think we've talked about most of the starters now with the exception of Eli Marino, and I don't want to overlook Eli and his contributions to this team. You know, Eli is maybe the quiet assassin on this team where he's just sneaky backdoor cuts. He's really good about cutting to the basket, getting out in the open court. We're going to go to the national anthem now, so we are going to take a break, and we'll be back in just a couple of minutes.
Wild Botanicals is a small batch, all natural bath and body company based in Champaign, Illinois. Founded in 2013, we began with simple, heartfelt creations, soap and lip balm, and have thoughtfully expanded our line ever since. Every recipe is intentionally formulated to rejuvenate, repair, and replenish the skin for everyday living. From start to finish, each product is poured, bottled, and labeled by hand, ensuring quality, care, and a personal touch in every batch. Holy Cross School in Champaign, Illinois is proud to sponsor this broadcast of Holy Cross Athletics. Holy Cross School is a faith centered community fostering lives of service, integrity, and lifelong learning. Holy Cross has a legacy of faith and education to nurture today's learners for tomorrow's challenges. Holy Cross features a kindergarten readiness program for students as young as 3 through middle school and an aftercare program. Holy Cross is more than just a school, it's a community of believers supporting each child as they navigate life. We are Holy Cross. When the Crusaders miss a shot, they rely on a team effort to clean up the glass. Every week, you count on a team to haul your garbage away. The reliable, family-owned choice is Illini Recycling. As longtime supporters of Holy Cross, the Illini Recycling team is ready to serve your family's garbage and recycling hauling needs. If you're not already a customer in Champaign, Savoy, or, as of January 1st, Mahomet, Go to their website, IlliniRecycling.com, to sign up. Go Crusaders!
And welcome back to Holy Cross School. We are going to wrap up our pregame show sponsored by Holy Cross School. Holy Cross School providing quality Catholic education in Champaign since 1912. We are Holy Cross. Now we're going to have the starting lineups for both teams. We're going to start with Karai Hartman, number 2 for the Trailblazers. Going to have Forrest Parker, number 4. Going to have Burke Hartman, number 21. Again, Burke is a 7th grader who contributes to both teams at the 7th and the 8th grade levels. We're going to have number 40, Jack Sandone. And then our final starter for Next Generation School is going to be number 24, Braden Kaufman. Now we'll get your starters for the Holy Cross Crusaders. Again, for the most part, we've seen the same starters for a good chunk of the season, at least in these games where Coach expects the matchup to be tight. We'll start with number 3, Braden Ritter. Again, Braden Ritter in the first game of the season, first matchup, poured in 13 points with 4 3-pointers in Colton's absence. Also going to have number 12, Eli Marino. Next to come out is going to be Jack Skibis. Again, Jack's important players, particularly with this matchup. Some quality, fast, athletic bigs. Charlie Young, number 50. And then the man running the point for Holy Cross, number 23, Colton Stonecipher.
As we often see, Holy Cross has a decided size advantage. There's a couple of matchups here that'll be fun to watch, though, with comparably sized guys, especially inside.
All right, here we go. But even with that size advantage, Next Generation is going to take the tip into the front court. It's going to be Parker. He drops it down low to Kaufman. Shot going to be blocked by Young. He's going to toss it, try to save it back in bounds. It's going to be out to Parker. Parker drives to the basket. Ball's going to be stolen away by Marino. Marino quickly in the front court. Now he's going to slow it down, let everybody get set up on the offense. Marino on top. Looks to the corner to Ritter. Ritter, if he'd gone quickly, could have taken a shot. Didn't. Goes back up top to Marino. Marino guarded by Parker. Hands it off to Stonecipher. Goes left corner to Ritter. Now back to Stonecipher along that left wing. Ritter up top. He's going to drive the basket, put up a 15-footer. It's going to be short. Rebound off of Ritter and Marino's hands. Ball out of bounds to Next Generation. Holy Cross going to come out with some pressure. Parker's going to inbound to Hartman. Hartman up to Burke Hartman. He's going to dribble all the way in the front court. Goes up, pass down low for Sandome. He's going to pull it back. Now they're going to go top of the key to Karai Hartman. Left corner to Burke. Burke dribbles in. Now they're going to go right corner to Sandone. Sandone's 3 is up and no good. Rebound Marino. Marino is going to bring it into the front court. Well, he's going to pass it off to Stonecipher, who will set the offense. He's going to go left, hand it off to Marino. Marino drives right, gets a screen from Young, hands off to Ritter. Back up top again. Looked for a cutting Stonecipher, but he wasn't quite open. Hands it off. Stonecipher now to the top of the key. He's going to put up a 3, long 3, no good. Rebound. You're going to call that off of Hartman, and I think that's the right call. That's what I saw from here. 4:32 left play in this first quarter. No score so far. Marino inbounds to Stonecipher to Gibas, top of the key. Gibas going to drive the basket, put up layup, no good. Rebound knocked around to control by Gibas. Out top, tried to go to Stonecipher. It's going to be stolen by Karai Hartman. Now it's going to be stolen back by Stonecipher. He's going to put up a layup. It's going to be good. Count the basket. Nice steal for Colton. Gets an and one. Going to go to the free throw line. And that foul was going to be on Karai Hartman. And that'll be his first. Stonecipher to the free throw line. Takes a nice big deep breath. Couple of dribbles, eyes to the rim, shots up, and it rattles around and in. 3-0 Holy Cross. Again, that full court pressure. Parker to inbound, goes to Hartman. Hartman back to Parker. Now they get the trap. Marino knocks the ball out of bounds. Couldn't quite get there to get the steal, but definitely stopped. Fast break opportunity. Nice pressure there by Holy Cross.
Yeah, we should be seeing that all game long. And another exciting element to their play is that high pressure.
Parker, top of the key, goes to Kaufman. Kaufman up to Hartman. Hartman back to Kaufman. Right side. Now going to drop it down low for Burke Hartman, and he lost the handle and it's out of bounds. Turnover for Next Gen. Now they're going to come back with their own full court pressure here as well, and we're going to get a timeout by Coach Stonecipher, and I think he wants to talk about how to handle that pressure. We'll be right back in just a minute.
Shout out to the whole Holy Cross 8th grade basketball team. They have been a ton of fun to watch over the last 3 years. Favorite memory? Going 11-17 from 3 as a team against the Unity A team and winning the game 35-33. They only made 1 2-pointer that game. From the Marino family. A shout out for John Fletcher. From 5th grade to the final regionals tourney, John leaves it all on the court. Relentless work, unmatched heart. Finish strong. From your family.
And welcome back to Holy Cross Gym. That full timeout. Again, I think Coach Stonecipher wanted to take a quick talk about how he's going to handle that pressure. Is that what you kind of expect too, Dave?
I believe so. I mean, you would have think that's something you talk about ahead of time, especially when we discuss the familiarity of these two teams. But maybe they were given a slightly different look, or they just want to make sure things are coordinated.
Stonecipher up to Ritter. Back to Stonecipher. He's going to bring it across the timeline. Didn't get that 10-second count. He's guarded by Hartman. He looks for a screen from Gibas. And it goes right wing to Ritter. Pump fake, dribbles inside. Back to Stonecipher. Stonecipher to Ritter. Ritter's going to put up the 3, and it's good. We talked about Ritter with those 3-pointers in the first game. He's got one already. Steal now by Gibas. Gibas puts up a shot. Little floater. It's up and good. 8-0 Holy Cross. 3:30 left to play in this first quarter. We're going to go to Hartman. Up top to Kaufman. Sorry, that's not Kaufman. That's Sandone, but the ball's going to be stolen by Stonecipher. Marino hit the deck there.
Got called for the travel, and he slid to try to collect the ball. Just moving too quick, so back to Next Gen.
Unfortunate for Holy Cross, but not a killer anyway. All right, so Trailblazers going to put up a 3. That's going to be Parker. Parker puts up a 3, and it's going to be 8-3 Holy Cross. Pressure again by Next Gen. Stonecipher goes in the front court to Gibas. Gibas, 2 dribbles. He took an extra step there. He was going to pass it to Young down low, but a nice job getting back by Braden Kaufman, and he took that extra step, so that'll be a turnover for Holy Cross. Sandone inbounds to Karai. They pass it back and forth, and now Karai Hartman at the top of the key, drops it down to Kaufman. Kaufman puts up a 2-point shot. Young in his face. No good. Rebound by Ritter. Braden Ritter, shortest guy in the court, gets more rebounds than anybody his size. Holy Cross quickly in the front court. Pass by Marino over to Gibas. Gibas' layup is good. 10-3 Holy Cross. They're going to go long to Kaufman, his Next Gen, to break that pressure. They get it to Burke Hartman. Hartman going to drop it down low for Kaufman. Kaufman's 2-point shot up and good. Braden Kaufman gets a bucket, makes our score 10-5. Just under 2:30 to play left in this first quarter. Holy Cross in the front court quickly. Now on the right wing, it's Ritter. Ritter's going to drop it down for Young. Young's shot was up and no good. Felt some pressure from behind. Rebound to Burke Hartman.
Their first rebound of the game. Holy Cross has been doing awesome on the glass so far.
Quickly in the front court, down the left wing, it's Sandone. They're going to go back up top to Parker. His 3-point shot up, no good. Rebound by Young. Young hands off to Stonecipher. They get it to Marino. Marino's going to push the pace just a little bit. Didn't say anything he really liked, so he's going to slow it down to Stonecipher to set the offense. Ritter, right wing. Stonecipher cut to the basket. Going to go back to Ritter up top. Another 3-pointer for Braden's going to be up and no good. Rebound tapped out. Going to be controlled by Parker. Parker wants to run. Feel some pressure from behind from Stonecipher and Ritter to Kaufman. Kaufman down the left corner to Hartman. That's Burke up top. Oh, sorry, that's Burke. Now the right wing to Parker. Parker's 3-point shot up, no good. That's a long rebound, Stonecipher. Stonecipher's going to bring the ball up himself across the timeline, get a screen from Gibas. Over to Marino. Nice pass to a cutting Jack Gibas. He's going to go to the basket, be fouled. Layup's no good. They're going to get a foul on Burke Hartman. That should be his first. So We got Burke Hartman with 1, Karai Hartman with 1, and no fouls for Holy Cross. Send Jack Skibas to the line. We do have Jingle Bells playing in the background. It seemed like a nice superstition earlier in the season, but it's not working quite so well now. So Jax misses that first one. Into the game is going to be A.J. Benjamin. A.J. is going to check in for Charlie Young. Charlie's going to take a seat. Gibas' second shot is up and no good. Rebound, but to Gibas. There's a lane violation on somebody from Next Generation. I didn't quite, oh, that's going to be on Parker. Thank you, Dave. So that free throw attempt does not count, and Jax gets another one. Third try is a charm. Puts Holy Cross up 11-5. Holy Cross is going to pull off of that full court pressure right now. So that'll be Parker bringing it in the front court. He's going to drop it down for Kaufman. Kaufman got stuck, passed it out to Hartman. Hartman puts up a 2-point shot from inside the lane. Rebound to Stonecipher. 1 minute to play left in this first quarter on the right wing. It's Ritter. Ritter up top to Stonecipher. He goes left wing to Marino. Marino going to be guarded there by Aaron Hartman, who checked in at that last break. Ritter along the right wing. Up top to Stonecipher. He's going to drive the paint. Pass to Benjamin. Benjamin's 2-point shot up. No good. Rebound controlled by Kaufman. They're going to get it in the hands of Parker. Parker's going to bring the front court. He's going to be picked up by Stonecipher. Down in the right corner, it's Hartman to drop it off for Sandone. His 2-point shot is up and good. Sorry, that's Kaufman. My apologies. Braden Kaufman with another basket. 11-7. Oh! And that's a big collision. That was a long cross-court pass from Stonecipher to Ritter. Sandone went to go make the interception and got a piece of Ritter in the face. Nothing malicious there. It looked scary because both players were in the air, and Braden took a pretty good tumble.
Doing a little quick check for concussion protocol. Maybe not fully because he might not have actually hit his head. He tucked his chin pretty well on the collision.
And I didn't catch who that foul was on. Did you, Dave?
Yeah, it was on 40. That was on, Jack Sandone.
That's
Tried
right.
to go for the steal.
All right, we're back in play. Stonecipher from the left wing. Long three-pointer, no good. Rebound knocked around, controlled by Ritter. Ritter, he picked up his dribble, though, so he needs some help. He gets to Marino on that right wing. He's going to pump fake, put up a three of his own. No good. Ball's going to be tapped out and controlled by Parker. Next Gen's out and running. Put up a three at the buzzer. Good awareness there by Next Gen to get that shot up, but it was no good. We'll be back in just a minute with second quarter action here from Holy Cross Gym.
A shout out for Avery Natchke, cheering loud and proud for Holy Cross. Avery, watching you cheer is such a joy. You bring nonstop energy, firing up the crowd and soaring as a fearless flyer. Purple and gold pride all the way. Love Mom, Dad, and Landon. Congratulations, David, on a fantastic regular season. Good luck to you and the Crusaders on your march toward a state title. Love Mom, Dad, Emily, and Sarah.
And welcome back. Got a couple of nice shout-outs there for our cheerleaders and basketball players. And we're going to get ready for quarter number 2. Dave, what did you see there in that first quarter?
Yeah, fast-paced. The pressure early on from Holy Cross, maybe pulling back here because both teams seem to have it pretty well figured out. Maybe that's that familiarity, so nobody getting a lot on the long breaks, but some nice play inside so far.
All right, and here we go with quarter number 2. Checking in for the Crusaders is Michael Hartnett. So he's into the game. Benjamin will have stepped out. Stonecipher with the ball. Finds the cutting Marino. Now they're going to get it to Gibas. That ball's going to be, shot was up and no good. It's going to be blocked by Sandone. But possession will stay with Holy Cross. We're going to get a timeout for Next Generation. It's going to be a 30-second timeout, so we'll just stay right here.
Yeah, talking about the inside stuff in the first quarter, I mean, we saw 24 Kaufman for Next Gen. He's really trying to work position. You know, they're trying to keep it away from Charlie when he's in. But he had some nice footwork moves. But, I mean, you can see the ball passing by Holy Cross to move it around. That's going to end up tiring out Next Gen unless they find a way to give more pressure when Holy Cross has the ball.
Yeah, and I think you've hit it right on the head. Kaufman, I think, is trying to take advantage of Charlie's tall. He's an excellent player, but lateral movement is not really his thing, and he likes to stick around the basket. So that's a way for Next Gen to get some shots up. Marino's going to inbound in that right corner for Holy Cross. He's going to go up top to Gibas. Gibas goes the right corner to Stonecipher. Stonecipher's wide open for three, but it's going to be short. Rebound controlled by Gibas. He takes a couple of dribbles. He's going to go, going to get a foul. That foul's going to go against Sandone, and so that'll be foul number 2 for him. That could potentially prove to be important, but for now, he's going to stay out there with both those fouls. Marino to inbounds again. He's going to go back to Gibas. Gibas top of the key. Try to go back down to Marino, but it's going to be stolen by Hartman. Burke quickly into the front court, picks up his dribble. And they're going to say that Parker stepped on the line after he received that pass. So that'll be a turnover for Next Gen, and they're going to keep on with their pressure. 5.5 to play. Again, our score is 11-7, Holy Cross. Into the front court, it's Marino. Marino back to Stonecipher. Stonecipher right wing to Ritter. Ritter to Stonecipher. To Marino, he's going to drive to the basket, pull it back up top. To Stonecipher, right wing, Ritter. Going to try to pass it down to Gibas. Two-man game inside, outside. Now to Hartnett. Hartnett's going to put up a shot. It's going to be no good. And then we're going to have a jump ball. I think that was a good call there. Both players clearly had possession. So the possession arrow is going to belong to Next Gen.
Press back on for Holy Cross here.
All right, and that's Aaron Hartman into the game. They're going to try to throw it up top for Burke Hartman. Marino's going to knock it out of bounds. That'll put the ball in the front court for Next Gen. Sandone to Kaufman to Burke Hartman. He's going to turn it over as well. It's going to be stolen, corralled by Hartnett. Into the hands of Marino. He's into the front court. Looks for help, gets it to Ritter. Cross court to Stonecipher. He's going to put up that long three, and it's going to be good. Nothing but net for Colton. We talked about it. Shooting can play such a pivotal role in how these games go, and hitting one from downtown for Colton sets the Crusaders up well. Pressure, it's into Hartman. Hartman goes into the front court to Kaufman. Kaufman's going to put up a two-point shot, and it's going to be good.
He is just willing points for Next Gen right now.
I think he's got 6 of their 9. And in the front court now, it's Ritter. Ritter to Marino. Back the left wing to Ritter. Up top, Marino. He's going to dribble into the paint. Go back outside to Ritter. Ritter's going to drive. He's going to drop it off for Hartnett. Left corner for Stonecipher. Another three. It's going to be good. Colton with 2 3-pointers now. Again, that can really change the complexity. 17-9, Holy Cross full court pressure. Going to get it to Parker. Parker still facing that pressure, and they've broken it a little bit now. They get it inside to Hartman. Hartman's going to dump it off for Kaufman. Kaufman's shot's going to be blocked from behind by Stonecipher. Stonecipher, he tried to make that pass and was stolen away by Parker. Parker tried to dribble in. Going to get a foul, I think, on Stonecipher. So for Colton, that'll be foul number 1. Charlie Young checks back in. Michael Hartnett checks out. May have heard Next Gen's coach there, Holy Cross, going to start this in his own. Going to go to the left corner to Aaron Hartman. He dribbles toward the basket. Shot's no good. Contested by a couple of Crusaders. Rebound to Marino. He quickly into the front court to Ritter. Ritter's going to try to go put up a layup. Ball shot blocked from behind by Sandone. That was kind of risky by Jack Sandone. He's already got 2 fouls, but you like the aggressiveness too. 3:35 to play. Ball inbounded to Ritter. Almost with the travel there, but he's going to step up and take a 3. It's going to be short. Rebound to Marino had it. Lost it. Goes over to Parker. Parker to Sandone. Sandone in the front court to Aaron Hartman. Now they're going to try to drop it inside, and they can't. Nice steal by Jack Skivas. Now he's going to face some pressure from Parker. Drops it off to Stonecipher in the front court. It's Marino. Now they're going to go back up top to Stonecipher to Ritter along the left wing. Set the offense and go. Young trying to post up, but can't quite get that position. Stonecipher puts up a 2-point shot. It's no good, but rebound Charlie Young. 2-point shot up and good. 19-9. 3 minutes to play left in this second quarter. Against that pressure, it's Hartman. Burke Hartman over now left side to Parker. Parker goes down to Kaufman. Kaufman's 2-point shot up, no good. Rebound Gibas. Gibas to Stonecipher. Stonecipher's going to bring it across the timeline, slow things down, set the offense. Screen from Gibas goes to the right wing to Ritter. Now the right corner. Stonecipher out to the wing to Ritter. Drop it inside, back outside to Marino. 3, no good. Rebound Burke Hartman. Hands it off to Sandone. Sandone's going to bring it into the front court. Not usually one of their ball handlers. They'll drop it off for Aaron Hartman. Hartman's 2-point shot up. No good off the back iron. Rebound Ritter. No, had it and lost it. Now it's, and that's going to be a travel. Yep. He was up on 2 feet, 1.5 feet, and went down on his rear, and that'll be a travel.
Pace continues to stay pretty fast here. We're certainly seeing Holy Cross dominate time of possession, very long calculated possessions, and Next Gen is just struggling to find any kind of shot.
John Fletcher checked in at that horn, that out of bounds play. Jack Skiba is going to get a quick rest, and I imagine he'll be back before the quarter's over. But right now, it's Stone Cipher. He's going to lob it inside for Young. Shot up and good. Beautiful touch there by Colton Stone Cipher, and a nice finish. Nice handle by Charlie Young to get a hold of that and put it in. 21-9, minute 45 to play. Burke Hartman, right wing, drops it down inside for Kaufman. Kaufman shot. Block attempt by Charlie Young, but they're going to call him for a foul, which is going to send Kaufman to the line to shoot 2.
Good presence of mind by Kaufman just to pivot and put it up right away before Young has a chance to close out.
Kaufman gets 2 free throws, first one up and a little bit short. And Braden Kaufman has been a good chunk of the offense for Next Generation so far, pressing the issue against Charlie Young, trying to accomplish what he just did, which is get a foul or 2 on Charlie. Second shot is up, and it's going to rattle around and in, but they're going to say no, and they're going to call Aaron Hartman on a lane violation, so take that free throw off the board.
Looks like he had crossed the three-point line before it had hit the rim, and thus the lane violation and no basket.
Oh, and we're going to get a full timeout, so we'll be back in just a minute.
A shout out for Jack Skibas. Jackson Joseph, we love you on and off the court. Have a great game. Love Mom, Dad, and Jen. We've got another shout out. Violet, have fun cheering. We are proud of you. Love Mom, Dad, Bubby, and Papa. Another shout out. Big Mike, number 45. We are so incredibly proud of how far you've come on this team. You've done a great job guarding your teammates on and off the court. Go out and show them what you're made of. Good luck during the game. From Mom and Dad.
We got just everything you need.
And welcome back to Holy Cross School. Again, we are in quarter number 2, minute 41 left to play. Quickly in the front court, it's going to be Fletcher. Fletcher's going to try to lob it up for Young, and I think they're going to get the offensive foul on Charlie. Charlie kind of had a little bit of a hook and hold there against Sandone. And so for Young, that'll be foul number 2. And, yep, as I expected, that'll bring Michael Hartnett off the bench. And it's going to bring Gibis back off the bench as well. So that puts Gibis and Hartnett in for Young and Fletcher. And for the Trailblazers in their front court, it's Parker. Parker guarded by Ritter. Down the right quarter to Hartman. Up top, and ball was out of bounds. We're going to have to wait just a second for that ball to get all the way back down to Next Gen's offensive side of the court. But Marino will inbound for the Crusaders. He gets it to Stone Cipher. He's guarded by Aaron Hartman. Stone Cipher's going to need some help. He's going to throw it up. Tried to throw it up to Gibis, but it was just way too tall. That'll be a turnover for Holy Cross.
Just a little bit anxious on that. They have plenty of time. They have been very successful breaking that press by going over. Just a little more composure next time. They'll break it.
Aaron Hartman try to get it to Burke. Ball's going to be stolen by Stone Cipher. He's going to put up a layup, and it's going to be good. 2-point basket for Holy Cross. 23-9. 1:06 left to play. Next Gen gets it to Parker. He's going to get a screen from Kaufman. Right side to Aaron Hartman. Hartman tries to drop it off to Burke. Ball's going to be knocked away by Gibis and stolen by Ritter into the hands of Stone Cipher. He's going to go quick. He tried to go all the way down to a cutting Marino, but nice job by Burke Hartman to get back, and it's going to be a turnover back the other way. Now it's Parker for the Trailblazers trying to get it down to Kaufman. Right wing now to Aaron Hartman. Got it down to Kaufman, and Kaufman's going to draw a foul from Jack Gibis.
Oh, they had Hartman down low. If Kaufman would have just looked underneath, he ran a nice cut, could have dumped it down. But yeah, they still get the foul out of it anyway.
Should be foul number 1, I think, for Jacks, but that is 4 on the Crusaders, so any more fouls this quarter and 2 free throws for Next Gen. Ball's down to Kaufman. Kaufman to Burke Hartman. Now they're going to go back up top. That's Karai Hartman. Ball's going to be stolen by Stonecyphers. They tried to go left to Parker. In quickly, it's going to be Marino. Marino's going to put up a 2-point shot. It's going to be no good. I think they're going to get Sandone with a foul. And that is going to be Sandone. And that,
Number
if I'm
3.
right, I was going to say, I think that's 3. So with 21.7 seconds left, we've got Eli Marino going to the free throw line for a pair, which is important in and of itself. But the bigger thing, I think, for Next Generation is that third foul for Jack Sandone. Marino makes the first one. He'll get one more. We've already had 2 lane violations today, so I think everybody's keeping their eyes on everybody's toes at this point. Marino's second shot is up and no good. Rebound to Karai Hartman. Hartman going to bring the ball up against pressure from Stonecypher. Going to go left wing to Sandone. Sandone, the ball going to be stolen by Ritter. He's going to put up a layup. It's going to be blocked by Sandone. 8 seconds left. Does Holy Cross know it? 5 seconds left. Shovel up to Hartnett at the top of the key. In and out, no good. Rebound to Sandone, and that'll do it for half number 1. Your halftime score, Holy Cross Crusaders 24, Next Generation Trailblazers 9. We will be back in just a little bit with the STM halftime show. We'll be back in a few moments.
We're here to take the lead. It's not like anything you've seen. Yeah, you best believe. We are the answers to your dreams. We only guarantee. We got just everything you need. We're here to take the lead. You ain't seen nothing like this. You ain't seen nothing like this.
Bought a rental property. Seemed like a good idea at the time. Late night calls, rent collections, paperwork, all of it. Not what you thought. Neves Group Property Management wants to take away your stress. We specialize in residential property management in Champaign, Urbana, on and off campus, Rantoul, Mahomet, and surrounding communities. Visit our website at nevesgroup.com or give us a call at 217-377-8850. Let the professionals take over and take care of it all. People talk about their car being totaled. What about the driver? Are they totaled too? Nobody handles personal injury cases like Stegman Law, and they're not going to let the insurance company total you out. Stegman Law in Savoy, Illinois. How long has it been since your last dental checkup? Is your snoring keeping your partner awake at night? Book an appointment with CU Dentist to take care of those pearly whites or to discuss options to get that snoring under control. CU Dentist utilize state-of-the-art technology and cutting-edge techniques. Their office on Springfield Avenue in Champaign is perfect for that midday cleaning for little Crusaders. CU Dentists are longtime fans and supporters of Holy Cross School. Go Crusaders!
And welcome back to Holy Cross School. We are at halftime, and your halftime show is sponsored by the High School of St. Thomas More. Students today, community leaders tomorrow, Christ disciples forever. Halftime score again, 24-9. Holy Cross on top. Again, we got 8 minutes before halftime's over. So Dave, talk us through the numbers that we have for half number 1.
All right, yeah, your high scorers for Holy Cross are Colton Stonecypher with 11. Really came on in the second quarter, finally getting his groove with the threes. Jack Skeebus doing all the work in the first quarter with 5 points, and Charlie rounds out the top 3 with 4. As far as their shooting, they're shooting 3 for 9 from three-pointer, so a 33% average there, and 38% from inside the arc. Only 6 turnovers. Felt like that was mostly on some of their breaks, and 13 rebounds. For Next Gen, their high scorer is Braden Kaufman with 4, and Forrest Parker has the remaining 3 points. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm missing. I'm sorry, he has 6 points. 6 points. Yeah, 6. Sorry, the 6 points, and then Parker's got the lone 3-pointer for them. They have significantly fewer shots, whereas Holy Cross took 25 overall. Next Gen only had 14. They shot 1 for 5 from 3-pointer. 3 for 9 for a 33% average inside, but I think that just speaks to the defense that Holy Cross put up against them. They're really struggling to find anything open on the, and then that also translates into 13 turnovers. And as we noted earlier, they didn't get their first rebound in the game until about the 4 minutes deep into the game. They ended up with 8 rebounds for the first half in total, but Holy Cross controlling all facets of the game at this point, especially as they rolled over into the second quarter.
Absolutely, and when Charlie got hurt, in November, I was talking with Coach Stonecipher, about Charlie's impact and what he brings to this team. And I mean, clearly he's tall. Clearly he alters a lot of shots. Um, but I think the other, you talk about the shot discrepancy. It's the turnovers a little bit, but one of the things that Holy Cross does well as a team, and Charlie in particular helps with, is ending possessions with one shot attempt on the defensive side. And Charlie's the obvious guy that gets a lot of credit for that because he's so tall and he does have really good hands. But that's really a four-man show on defensive rebounding. It's Eli Marino, it's Braden Ritter, Jack Skibas, and that's take nothing away from AJ Benjamin or Michael Hartnett when they're in there, but those four together form an excellent rebounding crew.
Yeah, no doubt. And that's just what we seem to see here is that Holy Cross is just everywhere. On the offensive side, their motion makes it really hard for that zone to keep up with outside shooting. On the defensive side, they're doing, we mentioned size ahead of time, but that your legs have something to do with that too. And even then, they are doing a better job getting positioning over some of those guys like 40 Sandone and 21 Hartman, Beck Hartman, who would typically be doing a lot more work on the glass, but Holy Cross is doing an excellent job of neutralizing those two guys in particular. I mean, they have a combined total of 0 points thus far.
And again, Burke Hartman is a seventh grader playing on an eighth grade team, and so that that is a little bit difficult. But I've talked with their coach, and Burke is, I mean, he's a skilled player. He plays a lot, so he gets a lot of reps, and he does the work outside of practice and games as well. So, to see him with no points at all is a testament to the defensive work that Holy Cross is doing right now. I think you're absolutely right. So what we're going to do, we got about 4 minutes left before halftime is over. We're going to thank a couple more of our sponsors, and we'll be back with third quarter action here at Holy Cross.
If you need to update the flooring in your house, need to fix or replace that drafty window, or just want a new look for your front door, give Aaron Hartnett a call. Aaron has years of experience in the construction business and would be happy to fix whatever's broken. Just like the Crusader press can turn an errant pass into a basket, Aaron can help you turn your frustration into fixed. Call Aaron today at 217-819-1542. The Sharp family and Sharp Family Farms want to wish the best of luck to the 8th grade team on their postseason run. The Sharp family have been farming in East Central Illinois for 5 generations and grow corn and soybeans. The Sharps are avid supporters of Holy Cross School. If you have farmland you're looking to lease, contact Adam and he'll be happy to chat with you. Go Crusaders! Have you been hurt? Are your medical bills skyrocketing? Nobody handles personal injury cases like Stegman Law. They'll get you the compensation you deserve. Stegman Law in Savoy, Illinois. If you're looking to buy or sell a home in Champaign County, you need to come first. At the Scott Bechtel Group, they believe that if you're not left with an amazing experience, they haven't done their job. They don't measure success through achievements or awards, but through the satisfaction of their clients. For all of your real estate needs, call the Scott Bechtel Group at Keller Williams Realty, the Real Estate Center of Illinois, 217-239-7202.
And welcome back to Holy Cross School. We are just about 2 minutes away from beginning quarter number 3. Again, your halftime show is brought to you by the High School of St. Thomas More. Students today, community leaders tomorrow, Christ disciples forever. Again, we got about a minute 45 to play, and one of the things I think it's interesting to think about how this matchup has evolved over really just the past calendar year between these two schools. If you remember, I think Coach Stonecipher mentioned this on Saturday in the post-game show, but last year in the regional semifinal, so same matchup, same point in the regional tournament. Holy Cross beat Next Generation 52-10. And then this year, two really tight games, and right now we've got a 15-point game at halftime.
Yeah, that's. I mean, it's the maturity that comes with the team being able to play together for a long time and just get more familiar in their own system. That fight that we talked about ahead of time from a next-gen team that's going to continue to try to stay scrappy, try to do what they can. The zone held up as long as it could. I do expect to see them continue to showcase some fatigue as Holy Cross continues to move the ball around faster than Next Gen would be able to keep up and provide strong coverage.
On the other thing, for Holy Cross, you talk about fatigue and who's got more endurance, more stamina. The other thing that Holy Cross has going for it, at least with their backcourt, is they got 3 cross-country runners on their squad. So it's tough to wear Eli, Braden, and Colton out. They're used to running for 45 minutes to an hour at practice. They just don't get tired.
Yeah, and Holy Cross does have the deeper bench. I think we've seen only 6 players. I think they've only subbed 1 off of the next gen side, whereas we've seen 3 guys come in, and they, I think we've seen Hartnett, Fletcher, and maybe not Fletcher, sorry, Benjamin. Come off the bench, and they just seem to fill the holes and cycle better as good replacements for the starters. And next gen just doesn't have that right now.
And one of your funny moments that only happen in maybe not only happen in middle school sports, but definitely happen in middle school sports. We have 10 basketball players on the court. Well, we've got 9 right now. 9 basketball players, a gym full of fans, but no officials. But they're here now. And we do want to thank our officials. Games don't happen without officials. And if you're watching this game and you're thinking, oh, well, I could do better than them, I strongly encourage you to go sign up to be an official. We need more officials.
Absolutely. And these are 2 of the best, I would say, that we usually see come through Holy Cross Halls, so thankful to have them.
All right, and here we go with third quarter action. Up top, it's Marino. Marino to Stonecipher along the left wing. He's going to dribble right, going to hit the cutting Ritter. Ritter's 2-point shot up and good. And here's that full court pressure from Holy Cross. It's Parker with the ball. He's looking for a cutter. He's going to drop it off to Sandone at the free throw line. Pass it up to Kaufman. Kaufman to Hartman. Burke Hartman, shot up, no good. Rebound, Young. Young to Stonecipher. He's going to slow things down just a little bit. 26-9, Holy Cross on top. Right wing, dribble handoff to Ritter. Ritter thinks about a 3, going to drop it off to Marino. Marino's going to take those same 2 screens. Now he's going to drive to the basket. Pops it out to a wide open Stonecipher. 3-point shot up, a little bit short. Rebound to Parker.
We see Next Gen coming out with man-to-man in the second half, maybe trying to solve some of the coverage issues, but it's going to take a lot more out of him.
Parker tried to drive it down into the paint. Ball was knocked away by Gibis, and in the front court, it's quickly to Marino. Now it's Stonecipher, top of the key, dribble handoff. Nope, little miscommunication there, but Ritter gets it back. Ritter to Marino. Marino thought about driving in, now hands it off to Stonecipher. He's going to take that screen from Gibis. Now he's going to get a re-screen. Looks for a cut to Marino. Marino's 2-point shot up, no good. Rebound by Sandone. Sandone's going to push the pace into the front court. Had the ball knocked away a little bit by Marino. To Karai Hartman. To Parker. Well, that was almost a travel there, but they're going to drop it in for Kaufman up top. Now right wing, right corner for Sandone. Up top to Parker. Into Burke Hartman. Now they go to right wing to Karai Hartman. 2-point shot up by Sandone. No good. Rebound or block by Charlie Young and a rebound for Charlie. Into the hands of Stonecipher. Stonecipher hits the cutting. Gibis all the way to the basket. And he's going to pull it back out. Marino 3 from the left wing. No good. That's going to be out of bounds. A little too long there for Marino. 3:57 to play in the third quarter. Holy Cross 26, Next Generation 9. And we got that full court pressure from Holy Cross. Ball knocked away by Ritter right off the bat. Sometimes they trap that entry pass and sometimes they try to steal it. That time Ritter went for the steal. Parker to inbound. Gets it to Karai Hartman. Hartman now dribbles, goes in the front court to Burke Hartman. Burke dribbles into the paint. Double team by Gibas and Young. Now they're going to go out to Parker. Parker's three-point shot up, no good. Off the back iron, rebound to Gibas. Gibas to Stonecipher. Into the front court to Marino. Marino drives down that left lane. Drops it off for Young. Two-point shot up, no good. Rebound, Young. Oh, gonna have a jump ball. Charlie missed that first shot and just couldn't quite get the handle on the second one. There's a lot of hands in there. We're gonna get a sub in. We're gonna get Brody Oliveira. He's gonna come in. Charlie Young gonna take a little bit of a seat. And with Charlie off the court, they're gonna pull that full court pressure off. But you'll see Braden Ritter's gonna provide that full pressure right from the top at half court. He gets the steal, he drives in. Gonna get fouled by Karai Hartman. Both players took a tumble into that pad there.
Ritter never takes a play off. Like, even if the team pressure is off, they can rely on him to give pressure from the very beginning or just snap into it here at half court. I feel like the coach gives him that leeway to see, like, hey, if you got a chance to strike, take it.
And he often does, and he's often very successful. So that puts Braden at the free throw line to shoot a pair. First one is no good, short and left just a little bit. Braden struggled from the free throw line on Saturday. Let's see if he can convert the second one. Couple of dribbles, eyes the rim, shots up, no good off the back iron. Rebound controlled by Parker. And there's Ritter to provide some pressure into the front court. Now they're going to go left to Sandone. Top of the key. He's going to go the right corner to Karai Hartman. He's going to put up a three. It's going to be good. 3 points for Karai Hartman. Second three-pointer for Next Gen. Into the front court now. Gibas. Back to Stonecipher, top of the key. Gets a screen from Oliveira. Oliveira puts up a three. No good off the back iron. Rebound. Nice box out there by Burke Hartman. Jack Gibas was trying to get a rebound and gave a little push.
It's only Jack's second of the game.
Both teams with one foul in quarter number 3. This will be Parker. Ritter providing some pressure. He's going to hand him off to Stonecipher. Now they're down in the corner. It's Kaufman. Kaufman's two-point shot up. No good. Rebound, Marino. Marino looks up, finds Oliveira cutting to the basket. Brody, pump fake, two-point shot up. No good. Rebound, Kaufman. Kaufman to Sandone. Sandone's going to get ball knocked away from behind by Ritter. It's into the hands of Hartman, Burke. Now they're going to go back up top to Parker and reset the offense. Kaufman, right wing to Sandone. Sandone's three-point shot up and good. Scores 26-15. All of a sudden it's an 11-point game. Stonecipher along the right side. Got a screen from Oliveira going left. Dribble handoff to Marino. Marino dribble handoff to Ritter. Couple of screens at the top. Trying to probe that defense. Three-pointer from Stonecipher from the left wing, and it's an answer. 20. Go ahead.
Whenever you need your team to collect itself, like Stonecipher is there to bring it back to reality.
Trailblazers quickly in the front court. It's Sandone. Sandone drops off to Burke Hartman. Two-point shot up and good. We talked about him needing to get going. We're going to get a timeout here from Next Gen, and we'll be back in just a minute.
A shout out for Braden Ritter. 4 amazing years of basketball excitement has got us here. Good luck to the Holy Cross Crusaders. We love you, Scrappy B, Mom, Dad, and Austin. We all have it, that list of things you want done around the house. Finding someone to do it is overwhelming, and you just don't want to be ripped off. Black Diamond Maintenance is your go-to honey-do list guy. Want that big mirror hung up? Bathroom refresh? Want a new coat of paint in the living room? We are your guy. The list of what we can do is endless. Champaign, Urbana, Rantoul, Mahomet, and surrounding communities. Give us a call for your free estimate. 217-377-8850. Let our guys be your guy.
And welcome back to Holy Cross Gym. We've got 1:35 left to play in the third quarter. Holy Cross on top, 29-17. Marino to Stonecipher, back to Marino. He's going to go front court to Oliveira. Oliveira waiting for Stonecipher to get across the timeline. Now back to Marino, top of the key, screen from Oliveira. Oh, and he's just going to get, again, not on purpose, just an accident. But I think that's going to be Sandone with foul number 4. So Jack Sandone's going to have to be real careful if he's going to continue to play in this game. Holy Cross with an out-of-bounds play underneath their own basket. Going to go up top to Gibas. Gibas thought about a 3, goes left wing to Ritter. Go down to Ritter back inside. Stone Cipher with an offensive rebound in the paint. Back up top to Ritter. They'll reset. Goes right wing to Marino. Marino dribbles into the basket. Drops it off for Stone Cipher. He's putting up a 3 of his own. No good. Ball's going to go off the hands of Ritter. And possession's going to go to the Trailblazers.
Holy Cross continues to work a lot of high perimeter action and offense, bringing both post players to the high elbows, leaving lots of space down low. That's what helped Stone Cipher get that rebound quite easily on the miss.
Trailblazers into the front court. Now they're going to go the right wing to Sandone. Drop it off to Kaufman. Kaufman's going to be fouled by Gibas. Gibas was going for the ball there, got a little bit of the hand, and that'll be foul number 3 for Jax. 2 fouls on both squads right now, so neither team in danger of the bonus. Sandone to inbound is going to go right wing to Parker. His 3-point shot up, no good. Rebound, Gibas. Nice box out there by Jax. Gets to Stone Cipher, who secures it. A little full court pressure from Next Gen. Gets in the front court to Marino. Marino picks up his dribble, needs some help. Goes to Stone Cipher top. Up top, he's going to dribble right. Hand off to Ritter. Going to take those screens. Could have taken the 3, thought about it, decided not to. Hands off to Marino. Marino to Stone Cipher. 20 seconds left to play. Cut to the basket by Ritter. Ball's going to be knocked away. It's on the ground. Going to have a jump ball. At Burke Hartman and Brody Oliveira both with their hands on that ball. So 17.3 to play. Marino inbound. Up top to Marino, to Ritter, left corner to Oliveira. His 3-point shot up, no good. Rebound Marino. Little layup is good for Eli. 31-17, 6 seconds left. Quickly in the front court, they get it to Kaufman. Kaufman puts up a 2-point shot, no good. Bank was not open. That ball was in his hands. They're going to wave that shot off. That is not going to count. We'll be back in just a minute with fourth quarter action.
It takes a lot to be a coach. It takes even more to be a great coach. You plan practice, go to the games, worry about playing time, and skill development. The Holy Cross 8th graders have been blessed with great coaches and great coaching. The parents would like to sincerely thank the Holy Cross 8th grade boys basketball coaches for their time, leadership, and dedication to these young men.
And welcome back to Holy Cross. We are ready for quarter number 4. We got our cheerleaders out here keeping the crowd fired up and engaged. Our score as we begin quarter number 4 is 31-17. Holy Cross on top of Next Generation. Dave, what are you looking for from this fourth quarter if you're Holy Cross to close this thing out?
Don't change anything. Like they're playing with consistency and flow, and while that was a more even quarter, what they're doing is working for them. So I think it just continues to stay about executing your plan. You've got a comfortable lead right now, but you don't want to take your foot off the gas. Don't give Next Gen any light.
And to start the fourth quarter, Charlie Young checks back in. Brody Oliveira checks back out. Troy Hartman down on the ground, going to have a jump ball situation. Next Gen got that possession arrow coming out, and now it's going to go to Holy Cross. Next Gen's coach pleading with his guys to wake up in the court, front court quickly. It's to Young. He sends it back out to Marino. 3-point shot up and no good. Rebound control by Hartman. He's going to lose the handle though. It's going to be down on the ground. Ooh, they're going to call a quick jump ball there. That's probably to Holy Cross's advantage. With the way the bodies were flying there, that could have easily turned into a foul instead of a jump ball. Oh, but that could be the bad news. Colton appears to have tweaked a knee or an ankle maybe. But we play on, and in the front court it's Parker. Parker going to drop it off for Kaufman. Kaufman's 2-point shot up, going to be blocked by Young. No good. Rebound to Gibas. Gibas to Marino. Marino's going to dribble it all the way into the front court himself. Hands it off to Stone Cipher, who moving a little bit better, and that's going to be a double dribble. Yeah, Colton looked like he was going to pass. I think he maybe even thought he was going to pass. But since he didn't, he can't dribble again. He tried to play it off like, what did I do? But he knows full well what he did. In the front court, quickly, was trying to go to Sandone. Flying by was Marino, who got just a piece of it to knock it out of bounds. Next Gen will retain possession. It's Karai Hartman up top, guarded by Ritter. Hounded. Now to the left wing, it's Parker. Parker's three-point shot up and good. 31-20, full court pressure. It's Marino. Marino left wing to Ritter. Ritter back to Marino. Marino probes, goes the right wing to Stone Cipher. Three-point shot up, no good. Rebound to Ritter. Passes it to Marino, who drives into the paint. His two-point shot is up and good. A nice little floater. Holy Cross a little bit slow to get into that pressure, but there it is. It's Ritter. Now they get it up front to Sandone. Sandone's two-point shot up, no good. Rebound, Ritter. Ritter almost picked up Sandone's fifth foul, but quickly in the front court, it's Marino streaking to the basket. Two-point shot up and good. Great pass by Stone Cipher. And here comes that pressure once again. 35-24, 23 left to play. They throw it into Sandone. Sandone, now he's going to try to go long. Ball's going to be knocked away by Stone Cipher and stolen by Ritter. Ritter to Marino. Now they're going to slow it down a little bit. Right wing, Stone Cipher thought about the shot, drives in, pass to Gibas, shot up and good.
Great positioning by Jax. He was there in front of his player the whole time.
He was there for a rebound or a pass, and it turns into a bucket for him. Full court pressure again. It's Parker. He's going to drive into the front court. They're going to pass it down to Burke Hartman. He couldn't quite get a handle on it. Too much mustard stolen by Young. Young to Stone Cipher to Marino. Marino has Gibas streaking to the basket. And that was a catchable pass, but wasn't quite caught. Turnover for Holy Cross. Score is 37-20. Crusaders on top. Michael Hartnett checks in for the Crusaders. Going to get a couple of subs in for Next Gen. Aaron Hartman's going to check in, and Ryan Susky. Aaron's a sixth grader who plays up with the seventh grade squad, and Ryan is a seventh grader as well. But it's Karai Hartman to Aaron Hartman. A couple of lefties get into Sandone. Ball's going to be stolen eventually by Gibas. He's got a handle on it, but now it's going to be stolen back by Karai Hartman. They get it to Parker. Parker into the front court, right wing to Susky. Susky up top to Parker. Cross-court pass to Sandone. Sandone up top to Karai Hartman. Shot fake, dribbles in. Two-point shot up and good. Now some full court pressure. Holy Cross going to try to deal with it quickly. And they do. Oh. Well, they do manage to hold on to the ball. It's going to end up in the hands of Stone Cipher, who puts in a layup. It was not the prettiest press break you'll ever see, but anything that ends in a layup is a good possession. Now it's Parker. Parker had some pressure from both Stone Cipher and Gibas. And as he tried to regain possession, Parker knocked the ball out of bounds, and that'll be a turnover for the Trailblazers.
Seeing Next Gen just kind of starting to drag a little bit. The length of the full game is getting to him, and Holy Cross just continues to capitalize on it.
Ball was inbounded to Ritter. Good pressure there by Aaron Hartman. Ball was knocked out of bounds, went off of Hartman. Hartman to inbound. He gets it to Gibas. Gibas finds Marino cutting to the basket. Marino with a little fadeaway, no good. Rebound into the hands of Aaron Hartman. Hartman to Parker. Parker across timeline, guarded by Ritter. He gets it to Sandone, right wing to Karai Hartman. He dribbles in, two-point shot up, going to be no good. Rebound to Marino. Marino starts to break a little bit, pulls it back, gets it to Stone Cipher. Going to try to go front court to Hartnett. Ball's knocked away, eventually back in the hands of the Crusaders. Ritter has it now along that left side. Going to be a foul on Aaron Hartman. 39-22, 2:25 left to play. Should be foul number 1 for Aaron Hartman. First foul on the Trailblazers. Hartnett to inbound again. He gets it to Ritter. Ritter drives to the basket, hits a cutting Gibas. Pump fake, two-point shot up, no good. Rebound to Parker. Parker gets it back to Sandone. Sandone's going to cross the timeline. It's going to be poked away from behind by Stone Cipher in the hands of Hartnett. To Marino. Gibas running the floor. Now he's all by himself for a layup, and it's good. A couple more points for Jax. Full court pressure still on. 19-point advantage, just under 2 minutes to play. Sandone into the front court. Knocked away by Marino and grabbed by Ritter. into the hands of Stone Cipher. Marino into the front court. He's going to drive to the basket. Dish for Gibas again. Another 2-point bucket, and I think that is just about going to do it for the most part. We're going to get a full timeout from Next Generation. We're going to take a quick thank you to a sponsor, and we'll be back in 30 seconds. And we're back. We've got a minute 41 left to play. Holy Cross 43, Next Generation 22, and we've got some subs in for Next Generation as well. But Dave, you had something you wanted to mention.
Oh yeah, we were talking during the break that Next Gen is playing maybe a little bit more panicked. You know, they just got to try anything to move the ball up the court fast. But you know, another turnover there. We've seen quite a few on their press break where it looks like they have some space. Maybe they can get some quick points. But Holy Cross is staying solid, continuing with their plan, covering the full floor. They're just playing faster and more cohesive right now, and we're going to see the win that we expected for the Crusaders.
We've got wholesale changes on both sides. Surratt, Fletcher, Sakalarakis, Benjamin, and Watt in for the Crusaders. It's going to be Fletcher up top. Had the ball knocked away by Parker, who's still in the game for Next Gen. He gets a steal and puts in a bucket. Surratt's going to drop it up. Fletcher's going to throw it in. Gets it to Surratt. Surratt guarded by Hartman. Into the front court quickly. He's going to go cross court to Benjamin. Benjamin thought about a three. Goes back up top to Surratt. Surratt right side to Fletcher. Fletcher tries to drop it down to Watt, and it's going to be out of bounds. Wasn't quite the pass that they were looking for. 58 seconds left to play. And Daniel Chin had checked in for just a minute for Next Gen. He checks back out. Braden Kaufman back in. Also into the game for the first time is Ali Khan. But Sandone's got it down along the right wing. Puts up a 2-point shot. No good. Rebound to Watt. Watt going to have it knocked away and stolen by Karai Hartman. 3-point shot up. No good. Rebound Sakalarakis. He gets it to Surratt. Surratt's going to dribble into the front court. Cross the timeline. Gets it to Fletcher. Fletcher going to be double teamed. Gets it away, gets it to Benjamin. Benjamin's going to put up a 3-pointer. It's no good. Rebound to Watt. Watt out to Surratt. 25 seconds left to play, and he's going to be fouled by Karai Hartman. Again, those two know each other from soccer, so fun to see them get into it just a little bit. 22.8 left to play. Fletcher to inbound. He gets it to Surratt. Surratt's going to dribble back up top. Again, that pressure from Hartman gets it to Fletcher. Fletcher's going to put up a three. It's going to be no good. Rebound going to be eventually controlled by Fletcher. Fletcher dribbles on the right wing, gets it out to Surratt, and they're going to get John for a travel. 7.7 seconds left. Forrest to Hartman. It's Parker to Hartman. Gets it to Kaufman. Kaufman goes to the right wing. Shot up by Sandone, no good. Rebound to Surratt, and that'll do it, folks. A game that was expected to be tight, and it was a tight game for a good chunk of game, but Holy Cross also, in some ways, you never felt too concerned because they were up by double digits for a good chunk of that. We're going to thank a couple of our sponsors and be back with our post-game show here in just a couple minutes.
Holy Cross School in Champaign, Illinois is proud to sponsor this broadcast of Holy Cross Athletics. Holy Cross School is a faith-centered community fostering lives of service, integrity, and lifelong learning. Holy Cross has a legacy of faith and education to nurture today's learners for tomorrow's challenges. Holy Cross features a kindergarten readiness program for students as young as 3 through middle school and an aftercare program. Holy Cross is more than just a school, it's a community of believers supporting each child as they navigate life. We are Holy Cross. When the Crusaders miss a shot, they rely on a team effort to clean up the glass. Every week, you count on a team to haul your garbage away. The reliable, family-owned choice is Illini Recycling. As longtime supporters of Holy Cross, the Illini Recycling team is ready to serve your family's garbage and recycling hauling needs. If you're not already a customer in Champaign, Savoy, or as of January 1st, Mahomet, go to their website, IlliniRecycling.com, to sign up. Go Crusaders!
We got just everything you need. We're here to take the lead. It's not like anything you've seen. Yeah, you best believe. We are the answers to your dreams. We only guarantee. We got just everything you need. We're here to take the lead. You ain't seen nothing like this. You ain't seen nothing like this.
Bought a rental property. Seemed like a good idea at the time. Late night calls, rent collections, paperwork, all of it. Not what you thought. Neves Group Property Management wants to take away your stress. We specialize in residential property management in Champaign, Urbana, on and off campus, Rantoul, Mahomet, and surrounding communities. Visit our website at nevesgroup.com or give us a call at 217 377 8850. Let the professionals take over and take care of it all. People talk about their car being totaled. What about the driver? Are they totaled too? Nobody handles personal injury cases like Stegman Law, and they're not going to let the insurance company total you out. Stegman Law in Savoy, Illinois.
And welcome back to Holy Cross School. Again, that final score, Crusaders on top 43-24. A game that we'll let Coach speak for himself, but I think he felt relatively confident coming in, being at full strength for the first time. But Dave, before we get to that, we'll on to thank the Illini Recycling post-game show, your locally owned family business that offers garbage hauling and recycling services to Champaign, Savoy, and Mahomet areas. Sign up at IlliniRecycling.com. Dave, tell us what you got.
Yeah, we got the starters for both teams doing all the work. No bench points for either squad, but Colton Stonecipher led all scorers with 16. Jax Gibas really started to help with the cleanup effort at the end and totaled 11. Rounding out the rest of the team, Eli Moreno with 7, Braden Ritter with 5, and Charlie with 4. On the next-gen side, we had Parker with 8, Braden Kaufman with 6, and Kurai Hartman with 5 to round out their top 3. Holy Cross came up pretty strong in three-point shooting in the first half, but then really kind of cooled off, only shooting 4 for 19 for the game, 21% clip. But those inside points, we saw him getting a lot more underneath the basket. Finished 14 of 30 inside the paint for a 47% percentage. Turnovers stayed pretty consistent with the first half. Another 5 in the second half, so 11 overall. And rebounding, just crushed it with 29 rebounds. We kept seeing them get second chances again and again and again on the offensive side, which really made the difference for them to control possession. Next Gen shot 33% from beyond the arc, 21% within. Again, just not a lot of opportunities, and when they got them, many blocked shot, not many, but several blocked shots whenever they did try to work it inside. 22 turnovers and 16 rebounds, essentially the opposite of what Holy Cross did.
And so, I think in summary, Holy Cross did what they needed to do today, and they did the things well that we talked about them needing to do. And they come away with that nice victory. So that sets them up for a Thursday at 6 o'clock in the regional championship game against the winner of the game that's about to follow here between Findlay-Okaw Valley and Decatur Unity Christian. And we're joined again by Coach Stonecipher. Coach, congratulations! A nice 19-point victory for you.
Yeah, that was that was good. I was really happy with the way we played. And I've mentioned it to anybody that's heard me talk about it. We've played them twice, but this is the first time we really had them. They had us at full strength, and I thought we played really, really well. I think we've got we've got the advantage around the perimeter, which I think we saw that play out at different points today, and we really wanted all their shots come at the rim. Between Hartman and Kaufman and Sandone, they love to get the shots at the rim. And we made a couple defensive adjustments that I thought was really helpful in accomplishing our goals defensively. We thought if we could defend the way we're capable of, we were going to hold them under 20 points, and really, for the most part, we accomplished that. They got a bucket or two late, and I think they ended up with 24. But when we're locked in defensively like that, I think there's a lot of good things will happen for us, and we came out with a win today.
I think you're absolutely right. The other thing that we kind of noticed on air that I think helps you guys, you talk about having that advantage at guard, but those guys also just never get tired either, and they can run up and down the court the whole game.
Yeah.
And what we noticed, it just seemed like about halfway through the third quarter, Next Gen just kind of ran out of gas.
Yeah. I mean, those guys, those three guards that we've got, Colton, Braden, and Eli, they could play 2 games. They could play 8 straight quarters, and not really. Although Braden took a couple really hard fouls today, and they were clean. They were basketball plays. I didn't. In fact, I didn't think. I don't know if it was Colton that threw the pass in the first quarter. I'm assuming it probably was. He probably didn't do Colton any favors, but where he tried to get him the ball at, and it was not a really well executed pass, and kind of left almost like a football defensive receiver type of a deal. And Braden took a pretty hard fall out, but fortunately, protected his head pretty well. But yeah, those guys will wear you out, and we've tried to make some adjustments offensively in the half court to really stress the defense. I think we get guilty sometimes of just one pass and shots up. Even though it's a good shot, it's a wide open shot. We haven't made the defense really work, and so that's something else we've really talked about in recent practices. And you've seen some of that weaving action. That's a little different if you've watched us throughout the year. Again, just really trying to make the defense work a little bit. And and one of their main guys, Jack Sandone, I know he had 3 fouls in the first half. He never fouled out, but I don't know that might have taken away some of his aggressiveness either. And I know we didn't. I think he ran into a 3 in the third quarter, but that might have been about it for him. So. Yeah, just really pleased overall with just all facets of the game. My only nitpick, and I told the boys this, I thought we got a little careless with the ball, like the last 2 minutes of the second quarter. Short of that, I thought our execution was really, really strong, and also really, I told the boys this too after the game. Those guys that went in at the end of the game, the last minute and a half, they battled their tails off. Show's a guy that doesn't necessarily maybe get a lot of minutes for us. He really played strong and big and got some couple rebounds. Again, I know the game's decided at that point, but just that effort and energy, for 24 minutes is what we're looking for, and just happy to see what we were able to do on the floor today.
Absolutely. I think I would agree that your execution was really good today, and I noticed that weaving action today, and I feel like it to me, in addition to making the defense work, which is good, especially against a team that doesn't have a deep bench like Next Gen, when you've got a lead, you can be really choosy and wait till you get an excellent shot, and you're also just killing some clock while you've got a lead, and that's not a bad thing either.
We've really tried to emphasize great shots over good shots. I think we're always capable of getting some really good shots. Again, we've got some really capable shooters, but just trying to get the kids to understand the difference between a good and a great shot. You see that a lot, at higher levels of basketball. If you watch a lot of college and pro, you'll see that swing passes around the perimeter, and not that we're putting our, but that's kind of gives you the idea maybe what we're trying to preach with great shots over good shots. So again, I thought we've been doing really well in our execution and getting those great shots.
Absolutely. Well, congratulations again.
Yeah.
I know you and a lot of other folks are excited to see this matchup. Not just because we expect it to be a good matchup, but you've got a date with the winner on Thursday at 6.
And I mentioned this in the post game on Saturday. Know nothing about either program, so it'll be interesting to watch. I mean, obviously, we all know very little, and that's just kind of what we saw on Saturday. And so we'll see how it lines up today as they get into a tighter game than what they had to run through on Saturday. So yeah, very, very anxious and really looking forward to 6 o'clock on Saturday. And if you can hear my voice, Thursday. I said Saturday. Yes, Thursday.
Don't show up on Thursday.
If you come 6 o'clock on Saturday, there ain't no gonna be. Well, maybe there's volleyball. I have no idea, but there's definitely no basketball here on Saturday at 6 o'clock. But yeah, if you can hear my voice, please come support us. We had a great crowd. We've had great crowds really our entire time, and love seeing even the few extra faces that we usually get, in the postseason play, and hope to be able to send these guys out with one more deep run. One more deep run.
All right. Well, thanks a lot, Coach.
Yes,
congratulations.
Thank
Enjoy
you,
the rest of the night, and we'll see you on Thursday.
See you on Thursday.
All right. And I think, for the most part, that'll do it for us here at Champaign County Sports. Again, this has been your Illini Recycling postgame show. Illini Recycling, your locally owned family business that offers garbage hauling and recycling services to Champaign, Savoy, and Mahomet areas. Sign up at IlliniRecycling.com. Have a great night, everybody. Stay warm out there. It's still cold. We're getting rid of that snow, hopefully, but it's still cold. So take care.